this day and age, technology is not only moving fast, but it's evolving. And we are on the cusp of a new age. You see, the blockchain is being deemed as Web 3. With Web 1 being the internet and Web 2 being social media, the expectations for what Web 3 can truly provide can't be fully understood yet since the technology is so new. But like the internet and social media before it, it will change the world through its advances forever. Seriously, can you remember life before Instagram? Since we don't know what Web 3 is truly capable of, let's dive into what we do know, the blockchain. So what is a blockchain? Before I talk about how blockchains will change the future of real estate, you need to first understand what a blockchain is. A blockchain is an electronic structure composed of a chain of blocks that contain data that is distributed in a decentralized ledger where information is made public and anyone can have access to it. So instead of having a single company or a database containing all the information is now spread across an entire network. Confused? So was I. But the good news is that this sounds a lot more complex than it really is. It's just new. Let's go a little deeper. Each block inside a blockchain contains three things. First is the data, which contains important information about a specific transaction, such as the sender, the amount, and the receiver. Number two is a hash code. The hash code is an ID of each transaction. Think of it like a fingerprint that makes this transaction unique from all other transactions. The DNA, if you will. Lastly, each block contains the hash ID of the previous block that is linked to. Now, every time a new transaction is recorded, or every time there's a change of information within the block, a new hash code will be generated automatically. This mechanism then creates a continuous chain of blocks that are all linked together, starting from the original block. For example, let's say you have a hypothetical blockchain card for $100. You buy lunch with the card for $20, then you pay $30 for your haircut, and you send a friend money you owe for dinner, another $50. You've just created 3 blocks on a blockchain. Anyone can access the blocks and see the amount spent on each transaction, how much funds are left over, and who owns it. But someone, say a hacker, can't change any information since the blockchain is so secure. So what makes blockchain secure in this digital world? Well, there are 3 layers of security on the blockchain. The first layer is the hash ID, so we already know what that is. The second is proof of work, meaning if you try and hack a block, you'd have to essentially hack the entire chain connected to it. Lastly, there are nodes that determine whether a block of transactions is legitimate and accept or reject it. All 3 of these are very complex, but let's just say they make it very difficult to hack the blockchain. You have a much higher chance of your current bank account being hacked than a blockchain. So to wrap it up, blockchain transactions are lightning fast, transparent, and cannot be tampered with. So how can the blockchain allow anyone to invest in real estate? In reality, the real estate market isn't available to everyone. And participating in the real estate market depends on a variety of factors, like your net worth, debt to income, and credit. To buy income property today, you'll need a pretty big down payment, usually 20 to 25%. However, thanks to the blockchain, we now have the ability to tokenize real estate. And that's going to allow buyers to obtain fractional ownership of property. This is going to lower the barriers to real estate investing and make it accessible to anyone willing to invest in a property. On the blockchain, properties can be easily treated as tokens, and trading platforms will eventually allow owners to tokenize their assets, allowing them to treat them as stocks and sell or invest through token sales on a platform. The tokens can then be collected and exchanged for currency, with buyers owning a percentage of the property. This allows investors of all kinds to take part in real estate, whether it be a single family home, downtown buildings that are 20 stories high, or special real estate, like the Empire State Building. Okay, that might be a long shot. This also sees that the entire transaction is shortened, whether it be buying, selling, or investing. So how else can the blockchain affect real estate? Let's take a look at the dark side of real estate. Transparency, corruption, tax evasion, and money laundering continue to exist in the real estate industry. Whereas in blockchain applications, these problems can be prevented because everything on the blockchain you can openly see, verify, and trace its origins. And it also gives full transparency. It also allows people to know and verify who did what and when it was executed, and for how much. What type of ripple effect will this cause, and how will it impact the real estate market is yet to be seen. But it will be interesting nonetheless. Fees, fees, and more fees. If you purchase a property for investment or for personal use, a lot of fees will be incurred along the way. Transfer fees, lawyer fees, and inspection fees. These are all examples to name a few. In comparison, blockchain technology reduces the responsibilities due to smart contracts, like AI, reducing the fees typically required to buy real estate by eliminating the need for escrow personnel, lawyers, and even lenders. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And yes, for a lot of people, they are on the Titanic and there is an iceberg coming. But the blockchain will inevitably change the real estate industry and consequentially the world as a whole. This is why it's important to understand the technology and to adapt to it instead of ignoring it. Think of the internet before Google, before the iPhone, before Amazon, and before social media. There's a lot of possibilities, impossible to guess, yet it's truly promising. How do you think the blockchain will affect real estate or the world? What are your predictions? Let me know with your comments down below. I'd love to hear what your opinion on the blockchain is and how it's going to affect the real estate industry in the future. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope you learned a lot about the blockchain, and please let me know if you have any questions at all.